Good morning, Bernard.
Good morning, Dr. Priscilla.
Okay, so today we're going to read from Daily News Ingu. UN releases guidelines on screen time for children. Okay, can you describe the picture for me?
In this picture, we can see a woman who, who look at his iPhone and use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all.
Maybe she's making a selection. Can you read these words for me?
Guidelines.
Guideline.
Starting your own business will be easier if you use the guidelines.
Okay, you can just pronounce the words I want to, and if you don't know one, we'll talk about it.
Publish.
Okay.
Avoid. Data. Recommendation. Habit.
Okay, and some people call this data. It's data, data. Either one is correct.
Data.
Okay, either one is correct. Data or data. All right.
Data. Data is correct, no?
Yes, yes, it is. All right, could you read for me?
UN releases guidelines on screen time for children. The World Health Organization, WHO, has published its first ever guidelines for how much screen time children under 5 should get. Not very much. The WHO said that children under 1 should not have any screen time, while those under 5 should not spend more than 1 hour watching screens every day, unless it's better. The guidelines are similar to advice from the American Academy of Pediatrics, which recommends that children younger than 18 months should avoid screens other than video chat. A study recently published in the journal JAMA Pediatrics found that screen time for children under the age of 2 has more than doubled between 1997 and 2014, when the data was collected. According to the study, daily screen time for children under 2 years old was 3.5 minutes in 2014. The WHO's guidelines, which also include recommendations for exercise and sleep, did not say how too much screen time may harm kids, but said it's important that children develop healthy lifestyle habits while they're young, that they can take with them into adulthood. Achieving
Into adulthood.
into adulthood.
Okay.
Achieving health for all means doing what is best for achieving health for all means doing what is best for health right from the beginning of people's life, said Dr. Tedros Adhanom
Ghebreyesus, I guess. Okay, let me quickly read it and then we'll discuss it briefly. UN releases guidelines on screen time for children. The World Health Organization, WHO, has published its first ever guidelines for how much screen time children under 5 should get. Not very much. The WHO said that children under 1 should not have any screen time, while those under 5 should not spend more than 1 hour watching screens every day, and less is better. The guidelines are similar to advice from the American Academy of Pediatrics, which recommends that children younger than 18 months should avoid screens other than video chats. A study recently published in the journal JAMA Pediatrics found that screen time for children under the age of 2 has more than doubled between 1997 and 2014, when the data was last collected. According to the study, daily screen time for children under 2 years old was 3.05 hours in 2014. The WHO's guidelines, which also included recommendations for exercise and sleep, did not say how too much screen time may harm kids, but said it's important that children develop healthy lifestyle habits while they're young that they can take with them into adulthood. Achieving health for all means doing what is best for health right from the beginning of people's lives, said Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus of the WHO. All right, now let's look at the vocabulary words at the top. Guideline, publish, avoid, data, recommendation, and habit, and just talk for a few minutes about these words as we speak. So what do you think of these guidelines? Do you think that we should have guidelines that people should avoid, telling them what they should avoid, and recommendations? Do you think that the research, someone has a place to tell someone who has a technological device how to use it?
Yes, it's important to take care of the health of our children, particularly, because if they are already geek at the young age, they will be geek at the adulthood ages.
But geeks are sometimes well paid as well. Isn't the goal to make money? Or is it?
Is it a mean to get money to be a geek?
Isn't it a goal to make money? Isn't that the goal of most people, to make money?
I don't think so.
What is your goal for working? When you work, what was your goal?
When I work to earn money, of course.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So there are lots of geeks that make money. Don't you agree?
A geek is someone who use a lot computers every hours, every day.
Yes, yes, that's correct. And some of them make a lot of money doing that.
But how can they make a lot of money with that?
Well, they can make websites for people. They can create games for people. They can sell stocks.
Yes, but it's not the meaning for me of geek. A geek is someone who can avoid to play games on the computers. You told me about professional geeks, people who try to earn money with their job.
Okay, so you don't consider them geeks. But I have heard people who knows how to use a computer on their job, their friends will recommend that they fix someone else's computer. But I said, my friend's a geek on computers. He knows everything. So that's not the geek that you're speaking of. What is one recommendation that you would offer people who cannot stop using the computer?
What are my recommendations for people who try to use a lot computer?
Yeah, but they want to stop, but they can't. They are addicted to it. What would you recommend they do?
Okay. I suppose that they must have their own guidelines and their own goal of hours they could spend in front of the computer without having a headache or without having antisocial life. And I suppose it's necessary not to stay in front of the computer more than, for an adulthood, more than 3 hours for a game, for example. But it seems very difficult to.
Try to use some of the vocabulary words.
Okay. In the article that you read, we see that a big problem for the future could be the addict of people of the computer. So a group of doctors releases a guideline in order to avoid too much hour in front of the computer. They published the article in a big newspaper, and they said that the data between 1997 and 2014 seems showing that the time spent in front of the computer is growing too quickly.
Right. So maybe the people need to form new habits.
Yes, people have new habits. People are geek from the new games invented by the people who are professional of computers.
By the professional geek.
By the professional geek. And the recommendation of the doctors is to avoid, particularly young people, to stay a long time in front of the computer. And I'm really surprised because, in the opinion of this doctor, some young boy under the age of 1 year already look at the computers, and it could be very damaging for their future.
Yeah, it could be because they have spent such a long amount of time on the computer that it's a bad habit now. Okay, so Bernard, if you will, I'm going to say I need to go to sleep.
Okay.
I'm going to stop recording.